Thus, here we are, here it is. This is the last Harry Potter movie I have to review before these reviews catch up to the reviews I already did before. Ultimately, what I'm trying to say is after this one, I will have reviewed all the Harry Potter films. I have Captain Life, it's all downhill from here. Bring on death. Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. So Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince ultimately should be Harry Potter's second to last year at Hogwarts, but it ends up being his last year at Hogwarts, though it's the second to the last story. And as always, there will be spoilers in this review, so if you haven't seen Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, crazy. But now you've been warned. So ultimately, the premise of this story is Dumbledore brings a new teacher to Hogwarts, Slughorn. And you find out Slughorn has a secret. He has a memory that he has altered, so Dumbledore can't actually see the real memory, but something this guy told Tom Riddle, aka Voldemort, years ago is key in defeating him. So they need to get it out of him. Then we have things like Draco Malfoy being a creep. He's up to something. What's he up to? Harry gets a new potions book formerly owned by the Half-Blood Prince, and they're all getting girlfriends and stuff. Now, once again, what I liked about this story is the mystery of it. Harry Potter's good at that. In the end, at the core of all of these, there's a mystery. There's something to solve. Now, this story is funny to me. Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince is my favorite Harry Potter book. Not my favorite Harry Potter movie. Just forewarning you, I'm going to be that annoying person for a second, and by a second, I mean for a few minutes in this video, where I compare the movie to the book, and I'm gonna be that guy who's like, the book did this better, they should have kept this from the book. Apologies in advance, man, I know. But this one really hits me in that direction, so I gotta speak on it. Not to say I don't like it, this movie has a lot to enjoy. In a world where tensions are up, you're really intrigued as to what does this guy know. I actually like Horace Slughorn, although he's kind of creepy with his weird little dinners he has with students. Yeah, that's a new story waiting to happen. Has a pretty intense scene by the end. The big thing goes down in this one. But in terms of the book to movie translation, this movie cut a lot of book lore out. I'm talking really important things about Voldemort's past, about Tom Riddle. The bummer is these things are what made The Half-Blood Prince my favorite book. In that I'm not mad at the movie, I'm just disappointed. It's the backstory to the villain. The movie does have a few moments of the feels. I really love where the movie takes you with Malfoy. Not like it goes full deep into Draco Malfoy's mindset or anything like that, but there are a couple moments in this movie where you really get the feeling you're like, okay, it's been so easy to hate this kid all these years. But really, he is a victim of his own circumstance. He's a victim of his life. You see him where he's kind of crying at this sink, and the big tragedy is he and Harry get into a fight because Harry confronts him. I feel like if Harry had approached him in a more understanding manner, there could have been an olive branch there, man. As it stands, it's easy for us to hate Malfoy all these years, and it's been easy for Harry to also. But for the first time ever, I really did feel bad for Malfoy. Although, per the entirety of the Harry Potter story that you've seen thus far, he does the worst things he's ever done in this chapter. Still though, I felt bad for the kid. We see Dumbledore and Harry go out on an adventure together, and it's actually a pretty intense scene. I really like the scene in the movie. I really like Jim Broadbent in this movie. He's the one who plays Slughorn. He's one of the cases when I was reading the Half-Blood Prince book, I was like, this dude reminds me of Jim Broadbent. And they got him for the movie. It just really makes me think, did J.K. Rowling write these roles with actors in mind? In which case, Marvel O'Gaunt from the book. Was that Daniel Day-Lewis? Totally would have been Daniel Day-Lewis if he were in the movie at all. I'm just saying, of all the stuff you could have cut out of the story to save time to put it on the screen, why cut out the Voldemort stuff when you could have cut out the romance? I'd say the romance in this story really does nothing for me. It makes it whimsical and fun, reminds you they are still in school, but really I find it absurd that any of these people ended up together in the end. Did Harry have to wind up with Ron's sister? Did Hermione have to wind up with Ron? Odds are these people would grow up, find other romances, and they'd all have potlucks together, but marrying different people. Plus, that makes them high school romances. How often do those work out? Nah, you don't want to go down that route. That's what's missing from this movie. Half-Blood Prince, we are on the eve of it, man. The wizarding world of D-Day is right around the corner, and we don't really get Voldemort. There's none. He's not in here. So I could have gone for a little more of at least his past. One of my favorite moments in the entire Harry Potter saga of everything is actually in the book for Half-Blood Prince. It's this moment where Dumbledore and Voldemort sit down across a desk and they talk. But it was a really cool moment. Could have gone for a moment like that in here. And this is the big spoiler here. Okay, so in the book, I know I'm that guy. In the book, when Dumbledore dies, it is set up differently, and I do think the direction they went in the movie actually does some characters a disservice. In the book, when Dumbledore dies, when Malfoy confronts Dumbledore, then all the other Death Eaters come in and they're there too. Harry is under his invisibility cloak, and Dumbledore has him frozen with a spell. That's why Harry can't move. He can't do anything. He would if he could, but he can't. Then Snape comes in. He's still cloaked. He's still frozen. Snape kills Dumbledore, and you're left with that, oh my gosh, he's so the bad guy. Harry had to watch it happen. He couldn't do anything. This is messed up. However, in the movie, Harry is like under the floorboards. He's on the second level. Or I guess it would be the level before it. Anyhow, he's in the floor under them, but he can still see what's happening. He could do something about it, but he doesn't. I know Dumbledore told him not to, but still, I feel like that's not enough. Now when you see your mentor is in peril, then he turns around, Snape's right there, and Snape goes, He has this wand to him and he walks past him and goes up there. And then, you know, I was always left with that feeling of like, you could have killed Harry. You could have brought him up like, hey, we have another one here. Hey, let's kill them both. If he was actually bad, but he didn't do that. So you walk away from the movie like, I'm not convinced Snape is a bad guy. Whereas in the book, you put it down, you close it, you're like, fuck him! I don't know, maybe people felt that in this movie. I just did. I didn't get that opportunity. Guys, in the end, I know it feels like I really went in on this movie hard, but this movie does have frustrations for me. It's still completely enjoyable. It has what you've come to expect. The intrigue with the intensity and the execution of the plans that are going down in here, and good guys are not really winning by the end. I like it all. I just would have loved for them to cut out some other things and make room for the Voldemort backstory that I feel is important to his character. Maybe it's unfair to judge it by the book. I know, I have felt that way when I have seen people do that in reviews. I can't deny that's where my head's coming from. That's my headspace. But I still enjoy this one about as much as I enjoy Order of the Phoenix, so I will say Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince is a good time, no alcohol required. Alright guys, so that's it. We are now caught up on the Harry Potter reviews. I could probably review Deathly Hallows Part 1 and 2, since I reviewed them a few years ago, and I ultimately believe if you have a movie review channel, you could review movies in the block of 5 years and just do those same movies every 5 years, same movie. And they would be different every time because you grow, your mind changes, your experiences change you. And I'm sure if I reviewed those movies now, I would see them through different eyes. Someone should do that. Make a review channel where you just do that every 5 years, same movies. So we'll see what happens. I don't want to make a promise. As it stands, it's been a really fun ride. I've enjoyed the Harry Potter marathon. I forgot how much I enjoyed those movies. Per my monologue I just said before, some of the ones I remember not liking as much, I liked a lot more. And vice versa, so I always find that interesting. Learn a little bit about yourself. Alright guys, so Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. Have you seen it? What did you think about it? Whatever you thought, comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like what you've seen here and you want to see more, click right here to see more.